Hi everyone, welcome to my Excel VBA YouTube channel. So in this video I am going to show you how to use Excel macros. So using macros you can automate time consuming and repetitive tasks, so then you can save your time. So I will explain this using some sample work. So first you need to get the developer tab in your ribbon. So as you can see, I have developer tab in this ribbon. So if you don't have the developer tab, then you have to enable it first. So when you have the developer tab, then we can record macros in the Excel. So first I will create a table. For example, assume that we have to create tables for some students. So I will add the subject. For the first column we can add the name like this, and then from here onwards we can add the subjects and marks. So if we so what we can do is, if we have 50 students, for example we have 50 students, we have to create 50 tables. So then what you have to do is you have to write one table and then create a copy of that sheet 50 times. So instead of that we can record the macro and do a small change in that macro. Then with a one click you can create 50 sheets. So in this example I will show you how to do that. So first of all we have to go to the developer tab. And then go to the record macro and click it. So then it will open a record macro window. You can give a name. For example, this one I will give create marks table, and for now we don't need to give a shortcut key here. So I will store the macro in this workbook and click OK. So we have to give a name without spaces like this and click OK. And now I will enter name like this, and then here we can add the subject and marks. So then we can do some formatting as well. So subjects, I will add some subjects like chemistry and maybe English. So you can add any amount of data here. So now I will format this table as well. We can add borders, and then maybe we can create white color font in a blue color background like this and make it bold. Also we can put the marks in like this. Also this one we can center. So now we have created the one table. So once it is finished, all the data are added and all the formattings are done, you can stop this macro by going to developer tab and clicking this stop recording button here. If you click it, Now the macro is recorded. So now how we see this recorded macro? To see that recorded macro, we need to go to this Visual Basic editor. To open the Visual Basic editor, what you need to do is click on this Visual Basic in here, icon here. So if you click that icon, it will open a Visual Basic editor like this. So in this area you can see there's a module folder. So if you expand it, you will see a module 1. So double click on this module, so it will show you the table created. So now if we go to another sheet and if we want to create another table like that, what we need to do is run that macro. So you can go to this macros and run this macro. So as you can see, it created another table. Now if we run it again, macros and run, so it will create another table. But now we have to create sheet by sheet and run the macro, but we can automate this sheet creation as well. So again, let's go to this Visual Basic editor and we can remove this green color part. So these are actually comments created in the program. So this is the create marks table program. So what we need to do is we need to create a sheet as well. So if you want, you can add that also in this macro, but or else you can create it as a separate macro and link it from a different subroutine. So I will show you how to do this. So now let's go again here and delete these sheets. Delete this one. So now what I'm going to do is record the macro to create new sheet. So we can do it like this. Click on this record macro again and then give it name as create new sheet and click OK. Now go to the bottom of this Excel sheet and as you can see there's a plus sign here to add new sheet. So click it. So it will add a new sheet to the workbook. Now click the stop recording macro here, stop recording, then macro recording has stopped. Next we can see that new macro by clicking this Visual Basic editor. So this is the create new sheet macro. At the bottom, as you can see, it has created the new macro here. So we can remove these green color content here. So now we have two macros, one to create new sheet and second one is to create marks table. So now what we can do is we can create another subroutine. So these are actually called subroutines. So we can create a main subroutine. Write like sub main, or you can give any name you like. And you can call these macros one by one. So first we need to call the first create new sheet macro. So copy this one name and then write like call and then create marks table. Let's call this as well. So now if we look at, so let's delete this first sheet. and now we can run that main subroutine like this. So go to the macros and then click this main and click this run button. So as you can see, it created the new sheet and created the table in that sheet. So let's run it again. Main. So as you can see, now it create a new sheet and create a new table as well. So now what we are going to do is, so if you have 50 or 100 students, you cannot run this macro one by one. So now what we can do is, we can create a loop inside this program to run this 50 or 100 times. So I will show you how to do that. So here we can use a variable. For example, we can use a variable called counter, dim counter as integer. So there are variable types, and in this programs you can use different types of variables, integers, strings. So for now you can remember that if you are using a number, you need to define it as a integer like this. And integer can actually you can store up to around 32,000 32,000 up to 32,000 value. So around 32,000 value. But if you have to, if you want your variable to store higher number than that, you have to declare it as a long. So just remember now, just remember these two as for now. So in future we can learn how to use other variable types and how to use them. So for now, as we are creating 50 or 100 sheets, I will use a integer variable. So now what we can do is, we can create a for next loop for. So this is the syntax to use this. So let's create 50 sheets. So if you want to learn about for next loops, there are a lot of resources available in the internet, so you can refer them. But this is simple. So if you are a beginner, you can just use a syntax like this. So what you need to do is, if you want to run these two subroutines 50 times, just put it around in between this four part and the next part, and remember that you have to use a variable like this, and the number is like 1 to 50. So if you want to run it for 1000 times, you can just type it 1000 here, and remember that you have to use the variable name at the end of this statement as well. So now I will use a 54 here. So next we can go to this sheet area, and let's delete these other sheets. Just select all of them and right click and delete. So all the sheets will be deleted. Now what we can do is, we can click this macros button and click the main and run. So as you can see, the program is running and the sheets are generating one by one. So it has created sheets of 57, because it is we have started from, I think, sheet 7 or 8, sheet 8, sheet 9, like that. So that's why there are 57 sheet names, but actually there are 50 sheets. So this is a very simple example we can do with macros. But we can improve this to uh, more levels as well. For example, if you want to give give each sheet a name of that person, then maybe you can create another sheet here and then put all the student names like this, and then write these names. So let's enter some few names like this. So then from this sheet we can when run the program, we can tell the program to give write these names in this B1 cell, and maybe we can rename the sheets with those names as well. So I will show you how to do that in my next video. So if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.